Yo,
Hello, hello, hello. There you go.
nice.
There you go. Now I'm gonna.
Hey,
Ah, this is awesome. Let's go, man. Let's go.
mm,
Let's go. It's great to see you. We wanna try to bring it to the house. I
that's
think
it,
it's
mate.
good. Never done this one before. I'll be honest with you. You're the first one that's doing this.
Mate, I'm ready, mate. You started from the bottom. We're here, buddy. We're here. Let's go. I'm ready.
All right, everybody. Well, that's it. That's enough for me. I take off my hat. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Priyesh. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to one more time reverse engineering mindset conversations, and we are bringing you here one more episode. And this time, I have Priyesh Patel, aka Trey from UK. Welcome, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you taking the time to be here. I'm really grateful for the opportunity, and just want to start by giving you a warm welcome. And I'm really looking forward to this because you're obviously in a joint stage compared to my journey, and I'm excited, man, because this is gonna be really, really awesome. I really want to dive deep into some of the things that you're doing, some incredible things, because you very, very vocal about it, and I'm looking forward. So, welcome. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm buzzing, man. It's 10 o'clock in the evening out here in the UK, but it's all good. It's all good. Look, I was gonna have a drink, but I thought, you know what? I've got some things I need to do tomorrow, so I got a hot chocolate ready. Christmas vibes. I'm good, my brother. I'm good. I'm loving it. Thanks for bringing me through. Honestly, it's a pleasure.
No, I'm glad that you're here, man, and I'm really, really, it's really, really glad to hear that you're not drinking. First of all, thank you. Which I wouldn't notice. I don't even notice if you will, but if you are, man, it will be the first time. And we have a couple people already here that from the school, and they want to say hi, and it's just like that, and we want to get the energy going. So obviously, Jerry's here. Jerry's in the house. Uh,
Hey, man,
yeah,
like
we're
Jerry,
talking
what's
about
going
you,
on?
Nisha. There you
Hey,
go. And
love
we have
Nisha. Come on.
Alina. Alina is here too,
Hello,
but she's gonna
hello,
be next
hello.
week. So awesome, man.
Sweet.
Well, I want to start first just by telling us who is Priyesh. Who is this
Priya.
guy that you obviously from the UK? You have a nickname, famous Drake from the UK. So I'm really interested. Who's Priyesh?
Man, big question. I am pre. Well, Priyesh is Priyesh. I call myself Pri just because it's a lot more easier to say. And Pri is basically um, someone who's always wanted to try and help people. From the bottom of my heart, I've always kind of wanted to help people, and I've always helped people without knowing it. And this year, made the decision to leave work, forget the corporate lifestyle, and to try and do something more fulfilling. And that was to go travel, do some charity work. I really wanted to do some voluntary work out in Kenya. So my dad was born in Kenya, and I wanted to go there. And maybe my English is awful, but I did maths at university, so maybe I could have maybe taught some maths out there for school kids, or maybe help build some schools or something. So I really wanted to take a couple of months out to do that. I also wanted to go South Africa as well to maybe do some conservation work. So I'm a big animal lover. All right. So this sounds so weird, but I love animals. And like, I think from watching all of these like documentaries that come up, I've always wanted to maybe do something there where I was like, help building a conservation or going out to Asia and doing stuff with the elephant orphanages and stuff like that. So that was the plan. And then that didn't work because of COVID. So it was fine. And then I kind of fell into this Jay Shetty coaching school, Instagram post, crazy. And then something just changed, like I've been following Jay for a while. Like me and Jay come from like a similar area in the UK. Like he probably lives maybe 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes at most where he's from. So similar kind of upbringing in terms of like some of the stuff that he says. So I follow him. I agree with some of the things that he says. And yeah, I was like, okay, I'm going to invest in the school. And everything happens for a reason, Omar, right? Like I was meant to go travel, but I was meant to find the school to then find what it is I should be doing for the rest of my life, which is coaching. And I don't even know if that's the right thing for my future, but I know for right now, and being able to help people unlock the things that they're holding them back and the challenges that they're going through, Yo, Uncle Pre, that's what I call myself on Instagram. Uncle Pre is here to help. And yeah, it's just been an amazing journey so far, and I'm loving it.
Hmm. Man, this is something cool. I never heard, like, this is new to me. Like, I know you for 3 4 months. I never heard there's a story about you going into, volunteer, and that's one of the things you wanted to do. That is so impressive. Yeah. The reason why I say it's so impressive is because, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 27.
There you go. 27. Man, 27 years old. Myself, I was like a freaking monkey though. And here I have you here, and I'm like, the mindset that you have. You say something really interested in your website, and I'm gonna bring it up because to me it just captures. And it's like, growing up, there were expectations put on my shoulders from my teachers, my parents, extended family, friends, you name it. They probably unconsciously added some sort of pressure to my life. I want you to elaborate a little more in here because I find it really interested, and you're such an young age to realize that peer pressure, that whole entire pressure that is obviously wasn't serving you, but you were able to remove it and start taking your life on. I would really want you to elaborate a little bit more on this if you can. Thank you.
Definitely, bro. So I kind of realized that growing up, it all started from like early school. I was painted like the golden child, and I was naturally quite gifted in terms of like academically. I was quite good, but then the expectations come because the certificates came home, and then parents were well excited. They tell all their friends, and the grandparents get excited. Everyone gets excited, and then now you got to deliver. And as soon as you stop delivering or stop reaching the level that they set, and you come just here, it becomes an extra weight on my shoulders, and that kind of, I'm not going to say it messed me up because it didn't, because it pushed me down this direction, and where I am right now, I wouldn't have been here if I didn't go through that journey. But like subconsciously, it forced me to go down certain negative beliefs and emotions, and I had to translate that into motivation. Right. So at school, when I say I didn't do well, I did well, but what I was predicted, I never got. And I don't know why I didn't never got it. And it was quite disappointing to come home with the results I had and not meet those expectations. And only when I was in university did I realize that, look, I need to put this aside and maybe try and focus more on myself and go in with no pressure. And only when I took that decision, I realized that I wanted what I wanted out of university, and I made sure I got it. And it was coming from me now rather than having to do it for someone else. So there was a big mindset shift, and I didn't realize I had done this, but now looking back on it, I can easily say that's what happened. And these expectations were the reason why I resonate with it the most is because I see it through my inner circle and the friends I have and the people within like the Asian community in particular. There are expectations parents don't realize they put on their kids, and it can like force them down certain career paths. So I did maths at university, then became an accountant. But when I hear myself now, I should have maybe done some sort of motivational speaking or coaching from a very early age, because I've always kind of been this way inclined. So maybe I should have studied psychology or gone down a different career route. But I never thought it because I had these expectations and things going on in my head, and they didn't realize they were doing it, but they had done it. And that just changes everything because you just go down the path that you believe is normal. For me, expectations were get a good degree, get a good job, make a good salary, have a lovely car, get married by a certain age, have a nice house, have kids by a certain age, all of this kind of stuff. And I said to myself, man, that's a lifestyle that's quite nice, and I could continue down that way if I want to, but that's not me. Like, I wouldn't have gone and volunteered to do charity work or try to even come up with these ideas to do charity work if I didn't have that mindset shift. And these are things I wanted to do versus things that I kind of like forced myself to do due to the situation I was in. So it was just a mindset shift, really.
Wow, that is very impressive, and that you obviously you got to go through it. You didn't know how, but you were able to just go through it. Now you're able to articulate, and that's a lot of things that I always tell people. I'm like, I there's a lot of things that I done in my past. I didn't know how, but I knew there were the good things, and they were going to help me grow and
Mm,
taking my journey to a different direction. But now looking back, I can articulate it better because you already passed that situation, you passed through the experience, and I think that is really important. Now, you obviously you hear say this, you care too much about what people thought,
yeah,
right? You used to care. Do you feel that at some point you obviously with the other stuff like you put that pressure? Why
yeah.
do you care so much about uh, back in that time? Why do you think you care so much about what people thought about
Mm.
yourself?
So only realizing it now, it kind of came from a place where I cared because expectations were there. I cared about. I'd experienced letting family down by not getting the results I was meant to get, and even like on a sports front, like my dad's a big cricket player. He loves playing cricket, and so I got forced into that, and then all of a sudden, like I was doing well for my age, and when I tried to join the adults and play with those teams, like it knocked my confidence big time, and I cared too much what people thought. I cared what he thought. I cared what my mum may have thought. I cared what other family members thought if I wasn't excelling and like meeting my expectations, and that has an effect on you, and it either forces you to get back up and keep going, which is what I was doing. And only recently did I realize that it came from a negative belief that maybe I wasn't good enough. I wasn't worthy of love and happiness and all of that kind of stuff. So I subconsciously didn't realize I was caring more about other people than caring about what it was doing to me. And that's not a cool thing to realize now, but it's something I've always taken with me throughout my life. I just always have done it, and
Yeah,
it's a big realization to have now.
yeah. No, thank you for being so open. I truly, really appreciate. I want to acknowledge it because talking about this stuff, I can see that it's just like, oh man, I know that is, but this is you, and we wanna hear more a lot about Mark your story. You obviously overcame all these struggles, all these pressures, and whatever the people thought about you, you obviously has shifted your mind.
Yeah.
Now you have a title that is for me I do relate so much because the reason why I'm into coaching is because in personal training, I train people and I used to train people, because I'm still doing both, and I used to train people, and I found people they lack of fulfillment. They have everything, all the things that you mentioned: family, cars, house, money, success, whatever kind of success they call success, but there's that lack of fulfillment. And when you say like I'm a fulfillment coach, I'm like I gotta get this guy in here because you're talking about a topic that for me is like that's when that's what I tell people. I'm like, is I see the lack of fulfillment. Can you explain what is fulfillment for you and why you choose to 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 go for that particular niche?
Mm. So for me, I realized that with the lifestyle choices I was taking, it was going to be an okay lifestyle.
Hmm.
And with things that like have happened within life, then you realize that you come to terms to realize that life's too short. And it's a sad thing to say, but life is very short. Like we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And so for me, I would rather go out knowing I gave it my all every day rather than just being okay. And so I want other people who also feel in a similar mindset that they want to be at their best all the time, or if not working towards their best all the time, I want to work with you. Right. And so to me, fulfillment, I say being satisfied is okay. It's like a 6 out of 10 lifestyle. And that's happy for some people. Some people are, yeah, work, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, how the kids, yeah, they're okay. Yeah, how does, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's good. For being fulfilled means being great, being fantastic, and why don't you deserve that? Why can't you work towards that? And I feel some people are just take the easy road, and there are others who want more. And it's a case of, well, if you want more, well, let me help you get there. You know, I can help you unlock what's really stopping you from going from here to here. But it's up to you whether or not you want it. And some people are quite comfortable. Like I said, they're quite chilled, and it's fine. Life's going to be cool for them. It's fine. You know, work a job they don't really like, but they do it because it pays well. That's not me, man. You know, like if I'd rather have it, me personally, I'd rather be working towards something I really, really love. And coaching is one of those things right now where I'm able to help people like channel their thoughts and think better and work towards their biggest fears. If I can help you get there, your lifestyle is going to take off. And what you don't realize, what you're doing by your lifestyle taking off, is making my lifestyle take off within. So it's one of those things, man. Like so many people have said to me, like everything you say is so genuine and straight to the point, and it's so honest. Like you can see it oozes out of you, and I can't like disagree with them. I'm like, you're saying the words I really would love to say back to myself too, kind of thing. Like I love doing this right now, and it's very scary. But when you start doing something you're quite passionate towards, fulfillment just comes from it. Like I wouldn't be on this call right now, being able to explain this and having this conversation with you, if I went down the accounting path. This is fulfillment for me. You know, I can share my message with other people. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Man, this is really awesome, and I had to say, I don't know. I hope that Nisha is here, and all the people from the school. Because correct me if I'm wrong, Priyesh is this guy that's always like goofy guy, like you mentioned on your website. You're the goofy guy that is always trying to bring people's laugh and things like that. Here you are, and you're just dropping like the real like a side of you that I never seen, man. And my question to you is like, why you hiding it so well?
Honestly,
Hiding it so well.
I'll be honest with you, bro. I am a clown, and like when people get to know me well enough, after a while, like I bring that clown side of me. When it gets serious and people want to hear like the truth that what goes on, I'll share it. One thing I used to do was to hide what was going on. I used to like only tell certain people, and I realize now that by saying the things that I say, they resonate with people, and maybe it should come and maybe it comes from a place of just confidence within myself to share it. But I don't know, man. I try not to hide it. You know, like on my Instagram, I am trying to make everything I say legit, straight up. There's no bullshitting around with Uncle Pri. He's being as real as you, as he can be, and that's what I'm about, man. he's not afraid to be unfiltered.
Yeah, he's awesome, and Pri is in your face. He's not afraid to be unfiltered, and that is empowering. And it's very true. I want to say this because you just mentioned it right now that you're always someone that is really straight up, and you obviously in the school, alumni school. I call it school. I like to call it school because we're still learning, right? Anyway, so you in that particular program, you always putting yourself up there and just telling people, it's like if you need just somebody that wants to tell you straight up what is it, like what is going on, like no BS, like you just mentioned, like the straight fact, reach out to me. I want to know how many people has reached out to you, because it's incredible how you're able to separate yourself. And that's something that I always tell people. I'm like, I always think that my personality gets in the way for me. People is like, what is it getting in the way? I'm like, I'll be honest with you, my personality. So oftentimes I put myself here, and then I had to zoom out, and that way I can see. For me, I zoom out of my own personality. I'm like, ooh, like let me see where I can head. Let me see from different angles. It's like I'm putting myself in this box. Outside of this box, there's other stuff, but I get into this box. But I want to know how many people has reached out to you every time you offer that.
Oh man, yeah, no. So I've done it. I do it with my mastermind groups a lot. Like I generally, if something comes up and is one coachable moment, I'm grilling the shit out of you. Partly because of the fact that I hear you, I can see that it's bothering you. I want to bring it up to surface. I've had a number of sessions from like the alumni people who've just like hit me up to say, okay, cool. And I don't. The thing is with me, it's the side of me. It's called tough loving, and like my grandparents have said to me, you're kind of like a tough loving guy, and it's only because I want the best for people. And if I start hearing excuses, I'm going to call you out on it. Partly because of the fact that I am calling you out on the things that you are saying that are going to stop you from going from here to here. You create the excuse. I want to put the dots together and tell you it. I've done it with a few of the students still currently in the school. One person in particular, she is honestly right now kicking ass. Like, she had a plan when she wanted to like finish her studying, etc. I said to her,
Yeah.
"How much time have you got? Really? Or what are you doing? Why can't you get it done like this? Why can't you get it done within the next couple of months? Why are we? What are you doing?" Game changer, absolute game changer. And she keeps thanking me since. And I said, no, don't have to thank me. This is all within you. I'm just calling you out on the bullshit you were saying. Another guy recently, honestly, we had one session and he's pumped. I said, Nate, I'm not letting you get off that easy. I want to speak to you one more time and we're going to grill a little bit harder. I'm going to give you the keys. We're going to give you the keys to unlock whatever it is that's bothering you. And we're going to take your journey to like the next level. And that's it. And I do it from a place of love. That's the thing. I do it from a place of, when I hear your pain, when I hear like what, Nisha said it straight up. When I hear it, I'm calling you out because I want you to motivate yourself with what you have just said to me. Not with what I'm saying, what you just said. I'm just reverse engineering it back to you kind of thing now.
There you go. Man, this is really awesome. We're gonna get it high because this is isn't afraid to call you out and motivate you, and that's what makes a great coach. Because I was going to ask you that. What do you think it makes? Thank you, Nisha, for bringing that up. Because I want to ask you, what do you think it makes someone a coach, a great coach? What is the gap between just a coach and a great coach? It's a huge gap. Then I want to hear your version because it's really a very defined line between both. But I want to hear your thoughts on it.
Me personally, I think if you're in the coaching space right now and you have your own unique abilities you bring to a coaching session, right? I know with me, for instance, one thing that I do, I'm not saying that's different to other people, but one thing I do is I can go from being all, yeah, come on, all the energy to stop playing around now. Straight face. Like, you just said this. What are you saying right now? And it comes from a non-judgmental place, and I make sure my clients understand that. But I want you to see the results that you are not allowing yourself to see because of this one obstacle. You know this obstacle is primarily nothing. You can work through that. What you're doing right now is you're not allowing yourself to go above and beyond. So with me personally, one thing I like to bring is energy and enthusiasm, but at the same time, I bring that no BS approach too. But at the same time, other coaches have their own ways and they have their own abilities. And what I recommend other coaches who are listening to this right now and in general, and clients in particular, find someone who vibes with you. You know, if you want a no BS approach and you want someone a bit more chilled and you want to go down a longer process, that's totally fine. You've got to work with someone who works best with you. You know, and I feel every coach has their own unique abilities. And if they feel like they don't have it, they need to dig deep to figure out what is it. You know, if you've got a bubbly personality, bring it out. If you've got good vibes, bring it out. Exactly. Raw authenticity. If you've got that, bring it to the table because that's what your ideal client wants to see. And that's exactly what I try and do.
Yeah. But this is awesome. And it's so great to be talking to you. I gotta say, there's this energy, and every time like I bring someone, I can sense that energy, and that energy once I grab it, I don't want to let go because me personally it gets me to that bliss that we create another program, but that if it gets me to that bliss that I want to hold on to it, and you obviously are very very aware of certain things or many different things around your life. And obviously, Metal is here. Bring that energy out. There you go. Metal, which is it's crazy. This is crazy. I have Metal Patel and I have Priyesh Patel. Not related at all, but Metal is the like you say, the chill little. But when she gets that little fire inside,
When
oh man,
fire comes out,
it comes out. When you the opposite, you're like really out, but then when you get calm, you get that. And as you we get both sides of the coin, at least for me, I can see that. And I'm like, this is just mind blowing what you're saying because it's not that easy to to be that type of coach?
One thing for me in particular is that I read clients' body language. I read their tone of voice, and I know when stuff's starting to get serious right now. Yes, we're in the house. We're in the house. When I start to hear like I start to hear like a tone of voice change, and I know it's getting a bit personal now, and it's getting a bit uncomfortable. I'm not gonna be all like loud and in your face. I'm gonna take a step back and be like, "It's okay, take your time," and just change it up a little bit because I need you to still feel comfortable with this process. And I know we vibe together, and I know it's a sensitive subject right now. So take a second, sit with it. If you need like a couple of minutes break, that's cool. I'm not adding any other further time to this. Like, don't worry, we can extend it. Go compose yourself if you need to, kind of thing. Like, this is totally fine. And these are the things that I do because I appreciate that, albeit everyone wants energy and enthusiasm potentially on my calls, when it starts to get deep, they need to reflect and think about it. So I need to bring that side of me into it as well. And it's normal for me to do that because I've gone through this same process myself. So it's just a case of you just got to be adaptable to the call, got to be flexible.
Yeah, there you go. Glad that you mentioned the adaptability that you need to have. Flexibility means adaptability. You've been able to adapt on how the client situation is. And you say something really key for me. I always tell coaches that I'm coaching or people that I'm coaching, and I say, you cannot take any client any deeper that you haven't been willing to go to. And you just say right now, I just like, I know how it feels and how it is because I've been there, right? Because I've been through that particular stuff. You obviously want to work with a specific and something that for me, I love millennials. And sometimes when I hear people complaining about millennials, I'm like, what they don't understand is just that it's not their fault. It is the parents' fault. It's not their fault. They were handed that type of hand. So my question to you is, why do you want to work with millennials so much, and what inspires you to work with them?
Let me ask you a question. Have you seen the video, Simon Sinek's video when he talks about millennials?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because that sounded word for word. And that's the reason why I genuinely want to work with millennials. Because being one, I genuinely realized that growing up and being in the work environment, yes, I love that, Mital. Growing up and seeing like the workforce, I used to hear like complaints. I used to see people feel quite demotivated at times. And being in a corporate environment, it's quite demoralizing to see that. And I didn't want that to continue. And for some reason, I was quite vocal in the office. Like with the personality you see right now, I brought that there. I wasn't shy to keep it hidden. Like I'll try and be talkative. I try and be a team player. And it was a case of I was maybe the odd one out of the herd that could do this, but not everyone would do it because they felt uncomfortable. And what they didn't want to do is tell their managers, etc., look, I've got something going on at home right now and it's really, really bothering me, because they felt that they didn't have that voice. And those are the kind of people I want to help. You already assumed you can't say this. Why can't you tell people that you've got problems going on right now? And being a millennial and seeing it within a corporate environment and seeing what, like Simon says, that we have what's it called? Is it we expectations? We have expectations. Our parents made us think that we could do anything we really wanted to do, and I was that person. Smashed university, got into my job. Not very easy to get a job. When you do the application process and you keep saying no and no and no, it's like, whoa, I just got told I can do anything. Now I can't. Whoa, what's this all about? And it can really mess up your confidence. It can really like mess you around, like moving forward and following your dreams and passion. So for me, it's the reason why I want to work with millennials in particular. And that's not a case for me. Like I've got clients who are not millennials. That's not a problem for me. It's the fulfillment side of things. But millennials, I resonate really well with them because I am one. I've been through what you're going through. I understand what you're going through. And I just want to help you take those steps that I've been able to take, not to become a coach, but to do something that's definitely going to benefit you moving forward.
Wow, that's really awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And now, Natalia is here. Just by the way, I want to mention this. I want to stop. Just take a little break because did anybody knew like in the school that Natalia speaks Spanish? Like,
No.
like exactly. Like this is what I'm talking about. Like there's so much talent hidden in the freaking alumni, and this is one of the reasons I really want everybody to understand. This is the reasons why I created this space, man. Because every single person in the alumni community has so much freaking talent, and it's like, why you hiding it, man? Like, why are you hiding it? But by the way, millennials, we got the power, which is that's absolutely true.
It
You
is true,
know,
man.
it's changing the industry. It has helped, at least from my own personal perspective, it has helped the pandemic and changed the whole game of the pandemic because of the technology, because all the things that are happening nowadays. I want to touch a little bit of that. How are you, since you consider yourself a millennial? You are a millennial. How how are you dealing with the pandemic, and how are you helping your clients go through the pandemic?
So personally, for me, like doing the coaching school, there were moments where maybe like I doubted myself due to like life experience and what I've done in comparison to someone else, and whether or not I could coach people and whether or not they take me seriously. But I got through that when I realized that I kick ass when I speak to people. When I was doing my practice sessions and demo sessions, like the results that were coming from it, man, coaching with Pri isn't playing games anymore. He's helping change lives, and he's got the power. Yes, we've got the power, so we're gonna keep doing this. So that was on that front, and then in regards to like clients who are going through a similar kind of thing right now, so I've helped like students all the way up to like working professionals. Everyone's going through their own mixed bag of emotions right now. What I've been able to do is help them go from this being the problem, the pandemic being the problem, to identifying some of the other smaller problems that are really bothering them behind closed doors, underneath the surface. And one thing that I've touched upon is, and I call myself a fulfillment coach, but really I help people unlock like their barriers to being the most confident person they can be, helping them work towards their personal growth. And one thing I've been able to do with my clients and demo clients and practice sessions is help people find out like what's really bothering them within here, unlocking that, working towards that, and then naturally everything else just seems to just ripple out. It may be a case where like family and friends are a problem, but work on your personal growth and family and friends all of a sudden just goes up the roof, and it's just happy days right now, despite the fact that we're in a pandemic. Like they've been able to take steps and do more family orientated things that they probably weren't able to do by being brave and being vulnerable. Those are some of the kind of things I've been doing, man.
That's really awesome. No, I think this is great. This is amazing, though. I'm really having a great time. Obviously. Hello, Kim. Kim is here one more time. And, we have a lot of people from the alumni. Thank you so much for being here and supporting Priyesh. You obviously. I hope you guys never seen this side of Priyesh. Me neither. So, trust me, I am shocked. I am really shocked to hear this guy just like right now. It's a side I've never seen. I mean, I see the other side, and now hear you talking. It's just like holy crap. Okay, let's step back because right now we're gonna get a little more serious when it comes down to it. You obviously trying to create an impact, and you are making an impact. You're trying to create, and you're making an impact with the process.
Mhm.
What would be, you mentioned you still part of the school. You obviously were part of the school, but you're obviously helping people still from the school. What do you think is the number one thing that when we go, because we're going through the school, right? And every single one of us go through our own process and our own way to do certain things, right? But what do you think is one thing that you you feel for you help you overcome, because you mentioned that I was studying myself, going through the process. I was studying myself. I didn't feel like I was I didn't feel like I was that type of coach, right? What helped you overcome that fear so you can, what was the shift? That's what I wanna know.
The shift that came in was the feedback that I used to get. Yeah. the feedback I used to get, stuff like this. Like I didn't believe it. Like I've always kind of like advised people throughout, like friends and school friends and stuff like that. It's been a normal thing that I've done. Didn't realize like coaching was going to be no advice, and as soon as that started coming into play, I'm like, oh, okay, fine, change it up. But it just started working, and I realized the questions I was asking were unlocking doors for people, and light bulbs were going off. And when I think the very first time I heard someone say to me, I didn't even think of it like that. Oh wow, this is why I haven't done this for my entire life. Oh, whoa, that is a game changer. I can't explain like the smile I had on my face, and what I wanted to say was, it was just like, I'm so happy for you kind of thing. And I had to keep it calm and composed because it was a supervised session. But in all honesty, like the emotion that comes out of it from me is just, it's incredible, man. Like I actually can't explain it, and it's a sad thing. I'd wish I can explain it. Maybe that's something I should work on. Like the joys I get from it is truly like it's emotional as well when you see it. You know, when you see someone get through something that's been holding them back their entire life, like as you can tell, I'm stuttering. I can't even get the words out. It's so moving for me. But
No,
I think
yeah. I think you. Well, first, thank you. You say something that maybe you need something. You say maybe there's something to work on. I really, really want to appreciate that because it's a lot of people. It's really hard to recognize that, and you being able to say, like, there's something that I need to work on because people think that we coaches we have everything figured out.
oh hell no,
Right?
hell no.
Everybody thinks like, oh, Omar has the best life, and I was like, I was speaking to you prior to the whole entire life, back in May, April, May, June, man, I don't know how I made it, but I'm so glad I survived, right? But you say right now, it has completely changed the whole entire game. It has completely changed the whole entire thing, because it's really interesting. I want you to dive into how everybody thinks that we have everything figured it out.
I don't, man. Look, I got myself a coach. Like I needed some personal development. I need some help. Hello. What's going on? I love it.
Yeah.
Yes. But no, honestly, I don't have it figured out, and that's the beauty of coaching. Do I know? I don't have to go through the same experience that you've gone through.
Yeah.
I just know the questions I can ask are going to help you unlock the answers. You already know, and that's where it all changes. Is because I don't need to know it. I don't know everything. What I do know is you know the answers. And the problem that could be like on the surface right now, which you don't want to identify, is you have the answers. You just don't want to take action, and that's okay because now I'm going to coach you on why you're not taking action. Is it a fear? Is it a challenge? Is it someone in particular that you need to be able to like work towards, speaking towards, Okay, now we're getting deeper. Boom. Because you knew the answer. All you needed to do was talk to that person. But something was in the way. Okay, so now we're working on this. And what is it? Over here, we bring it all the way back and you've solved your problem. You've worked towards your challenge. I didn't need to know it. It's fine. And that's the beauty of it. I know people think it. I'll be honest with you. I don't know anything, man. I'm just doing me right now. What I do know is I am very good at helping people unlock the things that bother them and getting to the root of their problems. And that's all I do, man. That's all I do. I don't advise anyone. Omar, you don't advise anyone, man. We just do our thing. We turn up, and when we need help unlocking our negative beliefs and emotions, we go seek that help too. Whether that's calling someone from the alumni, whether it's getting your own coaching, like whatever it is that you need to do, you go seek that help. We're all human. One thing someone told me was this: a doctor, if a doctor needs help, if a doctor needs like an operation or something, a doctor is not going to do the operation himself. He gets another doctor to help him. What do you think coaches? If we need help on our own growth, what, we're going to coach ourselves? No, man, we got to get that help from someone else, man. Come on.
Yeah. You just go and ask Mira, and then she'll kind of
exactly.
There you go. She'll put you in the spot. She's like, "You come with that BS, I'll get you, slap you." I can already hear Mira. But no, anyways, no, thank you so much for sharing that. And you say coaches need coaches. And somebody has a question. Where is it? Oops, sorry. Suera is here. By the way, thank you, Suera, for being here. What is one tip to improve self-confidence?
Man, you're kind of ruining my Instagram my thing for the month. But okay. I can give you my tip towards I can give you a number of tips that have helped me on my self-confidence, but I'm going to ask you a question right now. I'm going to give you a little coaching exercise. Go back to a time when you felt really confident and visualize that moment. And when you start thinking about that, when you start replaying that, write some things down and see if you can figure out what was it in particular that made you feel confident in that moment. Once you have that, see if you can apply that now to the present moment. Whenever you feel like you're lacking confidence, can you use that event, some of those feelings, things that you went through, can you apply that right now? That's what I would say from a coaching perspective. For me, one tip that's improved my self-confidence is just loving myself. I've got a number of mirrors in my room, and that wasn't by choice. I just have loads of mirrors in my room, and looking at myself and staring at myself and saying, yo, you've got this. I don't care what anyone else says, you've got this. Put yourself first. That raises my confidence up the roof. But everyone's different,
Yeah. Nice, man. This is pretty awesome. There you go, everybody. Just everybody looking for a style of Priyesh is going to ask you to go back and just go there, because you ain't going nowhere. I can tell you that much. But anyway, thank you. I hope that helps, Suera. Hope that answers you a little bit. So now, you said, we coaches are not perfect and we don't have everything together. But we are work in progress, and we believe everything is figureable. However, it gets spelled. Exactly. Because I'm like, what did you just say? There you go. Yeah, thank you. I was like, hold on one second. I got to come out. I know English is my second language, but that was trying to read it the best way possible. Thank you, Mita. It is true, because I'll be honest with you, me personally, I always have been like, I do have a coach. I do have, we went through the program with Mira. I do have a coach. When it comes down to the fitness, I do have somebody else too, because that's me. Because like people is like, but you're a trainer. Why do you have? People used to ask me that back in that time. I was like, but why do you have a trainer when you're a trainer? Can you create your own workouts? I'm like, yeah, but I can only create my own BS. I can only be in my own bubble. I need somebody who's gonna pull
I
me.
agree with you, bro. I agree with you. I'm very into my fitness world as well. And I used to think that if I do it my own way, it's going to be fine. In January till March, before I went traveling, I had personal trainer sessions. Omar, when I can say, yeah, this guy ruined me. Things that it made me do pull-ups and stuff, but the number of reps and repetitions it made me do, I was struggling. And it's that extra push, but that changed the game for me moving forward. It provided more strength for me. I didn't realize I had, and this is exactly what coaches and trainers are going to do. You can do it your own way, fine. But once someone kind of reflects some of the things that you're not doing and what you could be doing differently, game changer, because they're seeing what you're not seeing. It's all about those blind spots.
Yeah, that's very true. There you go. Very well said. It's all about the blind spots that we all have it. They are there, but the more aware you become of it, the more power you're gonna have, because you uncovered that. But now it's not just, and I want to emphasize this for everybody that is watching. It's not just you being aware of it. You still got to work on it. It doesn't matter if you're aware of it. If you don't do anything, it's still gonna be there. So I just want to emphasize that it's being aware, and you still got to work work on it, because it's crucial. And Alina says, reflecting, identify what is the source of lack of confidence. Is it you or someone else is feeding that to you? Which is exactly what you just said. And obviously, Suera, thank you so much. You are amazing. Keep smashing it. There you go, Priyesh. What would you say about that?
Mate, as in, bro, I think everyone's doing a good thing right now, man. And it's I'm thankful for your nice comments there, so I appreciate that. But in all honesty, bro, I want to kind of take it back to what you just said there in regards to you're aware of what you're doing, the problem is that like I've had clients that say to me, like demo clients I worked with when I was like practicing, took steps, progress whilst being coached. A few months later, same boat. They haven't improved, they haven't progressed. They knew the plan, they knew what they needed to do, but without having someone there hold them accountable week after week or bi-weekly, whatever the program was, they've got nothing to work towards. They know it, but they're not taking those steps because other things become a distraction. And that's the beautiful thing about coaching, is that you hold someone accountable. You remind them in that next session and the session after, look, you know, you said you want to work towards that goal, yeah? You want to get there in 3 months' time? What are you doing? You know, if you want to get there, let's get there, but you're not getting there right now because you're distracting yourself. I'm going to remind you again. Okay, yeah, cool. I hear you. Yep, I need to do this week. Progress happens, bro. Progress happens.
Yeah. And I wanna make sure, glad that you mentioned progress after progress. And it's about the process. Right? For me, for example, I was reflecting, because obviously everybody, you know, I've been getting feedback about some of the graphics that I'm putting out, and everybody's like, man, if you guys knew how everything started, like my vision back then when I started writing the spoken word poetry 2 years ago, when I started writing it, I'm like, oh, it would be cool if someone can make this into graphics. But that was it. That was just my thought, my vision. I dream about it, and I'm like, I'm gonna make it happen. So I start asking people, okay, you wanna collaborate? You wanna collaborate? You want to? Can we work together? Man, if you only knew how many rejections I got. I got so rejected, like like right hand, right and left, rejection. The reason why I created this program, not just to bring people, but I got so many rejections that I asked people like, hey, can you let me be in your program? You know, I really wanna tell people my story. I really wanna tell people. So many rejections, left and right, left and right. And I'm like, man, you know what? I'm gonna create this then. And then I'm gonna invite people because I wanna raise their voice. Because let's be honest, it's really hard to put ourselves up there sometimes. And you obviously are very vocal about it, you know. And when you ask me like, hey, can I be in this? I'm like, man, I'm actually, if you didn't ask me, I was gonna ask you. Like, I'm reaching out to people to like, you wanna be here? Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm reaching out to everyone. My goal is to have every single alumni from the JSH school into this program, because every single one of them has a story that is really powerful. Every single guest that I got so far, man, I learned so much, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for letting me learn from you, and helping me. And more than anything, I really wanna be vocal about how important it is to put yourself up there. You know, if you don't wanna, you don't start putting yourself up there, it's gonna be a little more challenging. And if that's something that you're not looking for, well, it's okay. But just understand that, man, the talent, like that's what I ask him. Like, why are you hiding it, bro? Like, why you guys are hiding it, right?
It's
So
still part of the process, my man. It's still part of the process. That's it.
yeah, you know. And for example, Alena says, "Yeah, dreams into action. I admire you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You know." And Natalia actually was like, just like you, like, I don't know what we're going to be talking about, like me neither. You see, I told you, I hope this answers your question, because every single person did what we're going to be talking about. I'm like, that is a great question. I have no idea, but I know we're going to have a blast, man, because I'm having a blast right now. And it's
That's it,
really,
bro.
really, you know, and it's all about, just like Natalia says, empowering each other, supporting each other, and trying to get the best. How can we support each other? You know, how can we help each other instead of blasting one another? You know, I wrote something. It's just like, for me, it's like, this is the only way I can support you. You know, if there's anything else I can do, just let me know. But I want to dive in something that you say today in your Instagram, and for me, it took
No.
me. I was like, I know. It's like every time you know, you guys notice it, because I told I'm like, I studied you, dude. I studied you. I studied you. Trust me, when I do homework, I do homework. But you say in your Instagram today, show somehow we find the way, right? And then you say, never back down, never give up. What make you say that? Because that's really strong. That's a
Okay.
really strong statement.
I'm not gonna lie. I've taken it from a film. That film, I think the way the actor says it, the film's called Never Back Down. It's a martial arts kickboxing film. And he just says it: never back down, never give up, keep going. And that's something that I think once I watched that, it kind of just automatically just stuck here. And for me, I am never backing down, and I am not gonna give up from a challenge. Like, regardless of what it is, I'm gonna find a way of getting through it. And if I can't get through it, there's a reason why I can't get through it, because another door is opening and I need to go down that journey. And that's all part of the process, my man. And somehow, look, we find a way. Like, I was meant to go travel this year to go help people and do some charity work and volunteering work. Somehow, some way, I was able to still do some volunteering coaching sessions and help people on a different front. Everything happens for a reason. Just don't back down on the process. Don't give up, because if you really want to do it, you can find a way, my man. You can find a way. And that's kind of something that just bleeds out of me. It's just in my veins right now.
Yeah. No, thank you. That is really powerful, because if you want to do it, you find a way. And I want to stay there, because I always tell people, if you think you want to do it, you're just thinking. You just think. But if you really want to do it, you're going to do whatever is going to take you to get there. You're going to go through the tears. You're going to go through that process. It's not going to be beautiful. It's not going to be enjoyable all the time. But by the end of that goal, the achievement, the whole entire journey that you've been through, it's going to be that fulfillment that we're talking about. That there's no words. Whatever type of fulfillment, like my type of fulfillment is not the same like yours. Brings me my fulfillment. For me, I'm in the zone. I'm in my element. For me, I recognize that. I play to my strengths. I'm like, oh, this is in my element. Like, this is in my element. And another thing I want to emphasize about the process, I want to show everybody how this process has been, and how the journey of reverse engineering has been, so everybody understands what when we talk about the process. And the reason why I want to do this is because when I started this project, it was Shafak was the first one, and we started with Zoom call, right? On Zoom call, I wasn't able to see the comments or bring all this, and then start working through it. But I want to show everybody just how everything started, because it's really magical, right? Obviously, it started with, it's the same type of background, but I'm going to put a background so you guys can have. That's how it started. Then we jump into reverse engineering mindset. Then we jump into reverse engineering conversations, and I finally got this. It's been a journey. It's been a process. I had the vision. I always tell people my vision is bigger than my dreams. And the reason why I want to show this is because I tell people, I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I know I'm going to get there.
That's it, my man.
And you're the first one that I'm like finally putting this into reverse engineering mindset conversation, the background. This is the official background of everybody. Thank you so much for those that were before. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, going through that process. But you're the first one, man. And I'm really, really grateful giving the opportunity, because you're the first one with this background. And I love this background. It's not like, man, it's something for me to see that what I have in my head, finding somebody that's able to put all this into beautiful art. I'm like, oh man, this is really awesome, and it's all about the journey. It's something that you've been enjoying so much, and I just want to congratulate you for all the amazing work. You have so much wisdom for such an young age. I'll be honest with you, it's really impressive. It's really impressive, and I'm not saying it in a bad way. I hope you don't take it back, because
No,
I'm
100%.
really impressed, man. And and me personally, like I really, really, really want to continue to encourage you to continue to go on the path, continue to grind, continue to keep moving, man. You have so much talent, man. It's insane. You've been hiding this freaking talent so well, dude. Like it is crazy. It's mind blowing, to be honest with you.
I'm trying not
It's,
to. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to get it out, but now I've got this opportunity, mate. You wait till I catch you when we have another private chat, and we talk about poems, and we talk about all of that kind of stuff. You see a different side of me come out there, my man. I got you. I've got you. Don't worry, mate. There's a reason why I call myself the UK Drake. I've got another talent. Don't worry, my man. I got you.
This is what this is about. Me, like trying to see and tell people, yeah, people sees me like doing the lines, doing the poems, doing the coaching, doing the personal training, doing the videos. But man, it's been sometimes it's been a lonely journey. Being an entrepreneur, just everybody knows, it's a very lonely journey, you know. But one of the things the alumni community is trying to change is that you don't have to do everything alone,
That's it.
right?
That's it. And the other thing that albeit it's a lonely journey, as in when you're with your when I call it like I say the word tribe, when you're with a squad of people who are following a similar mindset, you naturally like gravitate towards them and you help each other out. And this journey that you started alone no longer becomes a lonely journey because one of your friends now, new friends, is gonna help push you down another route. They're gonna create some new ideas in your head and it's all gonna work out for you in the end, man. You just gotta believe in it.
Yeah, yeah, and it's true. And me personally, like, man, I'm having a blast, but it's almost time to say goodbye. And I want to thank every single person on Suera, Lena, Natalia, Nisha, Mital, Gary for being here, supporting, obviously, Priya, supporting the program. Thank you
I
so much. I'm really
appreciate that
grateful
as
for all
well.
the
Thanks,
support,
man.
energy.
That was in
Now,
time as well.
yeah, but before we go and before we say goodbye, I want to ask you: is there anything else you want to share with the community, with the people that is watching you that I haven't been able to ask you? Anything else you wanna, you just wanna let them know or they should know about you?
Um, do you know what I would say? Regardless to one thing I'm trying to stress upon right now, and it's within this week in particular, not this week, in this month in particular, is in regards to if you need some sort of help, reach out to anyone and everyone. Like, if you feel you're in a situation right now where things are bothering you, ask for help. I talked about it recently in a post where I said, like, if you are on the highway and you have to pull over, you would ask for help. You'd pick up the phone to ask for some help with your car. If you got if you were like in the middle of the ocean, you would scream for help for the nearest coast guard to come and like support you, right? But right now in this current situation, you may be going through like a mental challenge right now, or something at work, or some stress, or some anxiety you're dealing with. Why are you not asking for help? So that's the one thing that if I leave this conversation right now, is just to put it out there. Like, I might not be the right person for you. Omar might not be the right person for you, but there are plenty of other people out in the world right now who are here to help serve you be just in a better position right now. So don't shy away from asking for it. Because some people have said to me, asking for help does seem weak. And I want to try and translate that to say, nah, man, I'll transform that from being weak to being powerful, bro. Because
Yeah,
asking for help is not a weak thing, man. It's just going to help change you in the long run. So don't shy away from it.
yeah. Thank you so much. I love that what you say. We asking for help is power, man. And I wanna add a little bit. I always ask people, whenever somebody's asking is giving you help, take it because you never know when it's gonna be there again. So if you see somebody, one of us coaches, adding or just telling you that there's free coaching, take it. Trust me, because it's gonna help you elevate yourself. It's gonna change the mindset you have about yourself because we always create perceptions about yourselves. And Nisha, this was such a great conversation, an example of what world needs more of, authentic and inspiring talk. Thank you so much, Nisha. Thank you. And Priyesh, we wanna end it up this with something. You have something special for us.
Yeah, man. Now just we're gonna end with some more Drake. Let's
There you go.
go.
There you go.
Hey,
There you go.
hey.
Yeah, everybody.
That's
Yeah, it's
it. I
Priyesh in
love
the
it.
man. This has been a blast. This has been amazing. Thank you so much for your
I
time. Thank you
appreciate
for
that,
your
bro.
wisdom. This is really, really insane. It's mind blowing. You got me so high, bro. Got me so high. I'm really, really grateful for the opportunity, for the journey. And you got Natalia going. There you go.
That's it.
There you go,
That's it.
Natalia. There you go. You got the whole entire crowd going. And I think it's been amazing what you're all the crazy things that you're doing, because you're doing some insane work. Obviously, it's been it's been a journey for you, and you have so much talent. So just keep moving, man. Keep moving, keep going, keep growing, and just keep changing lives, because you have a lot on you, and it's just like it's incredible, and it's crazy. So thank you so much for getting the opportunity to have you
No,
here.
no worries, my man. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to working with you soon, my man. I'm telling you, I'm hitting you up on that poem side of things. Don't you worry, man. I'm not letting you get away, my man. I'm ready.
Well, we're gonna get that going. And then everybody, thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next week with Alina. By the way, Alina will be here next week. I'm so looking forward to that. So thank you, everybody. We'll see you next